welcome back to my channel. So today I'm sitting down and I am trying out some goodies for you. They are all new to me. Not gonna lie, not everything I'm trying today is new to the market, but everything here is new to me. Only one item I've tried one time. But other than that, you're getting my full first impressions on pretty much everything except for a primer and a bronzer. Everything else on this face right now is brand spanking new. Spoiler alert, I really liked it all. I'm not gonna lie. And I really like how this makeup's turned out. Before we get started, don't forget to upload every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday for you guys. I feel like I'm gonna start trying to say that, or maybe I upload 4 times a week. I'm not entirely sure how I want to start integrating that into my intro, but I've been pretty consistently uploading Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays, and Sundays recently for you guys. If you like this video while you're watching it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. And other than that, if you're excited and you wanna see how I got this look right here, with a bunch of brand new goodies, then let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, I'm sure you guys know the drill by now. Here on my Get Ready With Me's, we're starting off with the eyes. And for the eyes, I have a palette that I was super excited about and now I'm a little nervous to try. And it is the Persona Identity palette. This was half off during the 21 Days of Beauty at Ulta a couple weeks back now. And I snagged it up as soon as I could because I have been wanting this palette for a very, very long time. I'm not kidding you. Prior to it being on sale, I had not seen one bad review about it. Literally not one. It's a very simple, basic, almost boring palette, but in a really good way. These are just staple shades that everyone will feel comfortable using. You can use them every single solitary day in pretty much any situation. And I just had wanted this forever. It's originally $42, which is kind of pricey. So when it was half off and I could get it for $21, I was so stinking excited. But then my friend Tara also picked it up, Tara Brooke here on YouTube, and she did not like it. She was like me where she was super pumped. She snagged it up as soon as she could. If I remember correctly, I remember her saying that the mattes were a little patchy, I believe. And mainly her main reason of not like loving it was the shimmers she said were really lackluster, which I like a pretty intense shimmer. I like a pretty vabam in your face. Vabam, that's not wham, wabam. In your face shimmer. And she said these are not like that. I haven't even swatched this palette, nothing. I haven't done anything with it. So I'm excited to try it out, but I'm a little bit nervous. But we are going to go ahead and start off with the shade Humble up here in the corner. And we're going to put that in our crease. It looks like a pretty light cream tone shadow, so I don't know if this will show up too much. Okay, yeah, so that's like not really showing up at all, which is fine. That'll just be a shade that I set my paint pot with. I had already set it with my Charlotte Tilbury powder, but in the future, I'll just use that shade to set with. So instead, I'm gonna go into Charming right here, the one right below it, and we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to title this video, or I did title by the time you're seeing this video of like a almost full face of new makeup to me, because this is not a new palette at all. I'm pretty sure it has been around for a couple of years and I just have been lusting over it, like I said, for a while now. So even though it's not a new palette, it's new to me. And I figured this would be a good palette to use in this video anyways, because maybe some of you finally snagged it on sale as well, so it's new to you too, even though it's an older palette. So I figured it's okay, I might still use it. So this shade is pretty. It's a pretty basic brown, but it's pretty. It's not really getting patchy on me at all. It's blending out nicely. It's layering on top of itself very nicely as well. I'm not gonna do like an insanely difficult, crazy look, and I'm probably not gonna be able to use a ton of these shades today, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna go into Chic next, right here, and we're going to put that on the outer corner and up into the crease. This is like a matte, maroony, dark purpley kind of shade. Ooh, okay. Almost like an eggplant. That's pretty. Dark purple shades like this are hard to formulate. They can be kind of patchy. So it doesn't seem to be getting too patchy, but it's also not like insanely opaque. But honestly, I'm okay with that with a dark shade like this because they can get out of hand like really quickly. I'm gonna go back in with Humble, that first shade, and just kind of make sure there's no harsh lines. It's getting a little tiny bit patchy here, but that always happens. Okay, so next I'm going to take my glitter primer and put on the inner half of my eyelid, but I don't know what shimmer I want to put down. So it looks like there's like a whole bunch of shimmers like all right here. I think these 5 are shimmers. Let me swatch them. Okay, so there's 4 of them. They look pretty shimmery and intense. Those are really pretty. All right, let me do that 5th one. Okay, and here I swatch. So here's all 5 of the shimmers. I can definitely see how like this one's not super intense, but I feel like these look pretty foiled and intense. So But which one do I want to put on my eyes? I think I'm gonna go with this one, which is Seductive, I'm pretty sure. It's the one up here in the corner. Oh, that's pretty. I like how like cool tone and taupey that is. I think that's a really pretty shade. Gonna go back in with a little bit of that Chic and blend these two together. And then I do want to take this Fearless shade right down here in the corner and use that as like a little bit of a liner. It looks just like a really deep brown matte shade. That's a pretty shade. It's just like intense and opaque, but not too much, if that makes sense. It's just really, it's going on really nicely. So I feel like this eye look is a little boring. Not gonna lie. I mean, I like it. I don't know. I feel like it's me. I feel like I don't know if I would have necessarily paired these shadows together again if I were doing my look again. But it's fine for now. I can see where Tara's coming from, where the shimmer is not too intense on your lid. I can definitely understand her point of view on that. So, yeah, I'm a little unsure about how I feel about this palette at this current moment, but I am going to go ahead and do the other eye, and we're going to move on to the face after that. So I'll be right back. I went ahead and applied primer off camera because that is one of the very few items in this video that I actually don't have a new one to try out. So I just went ahead and used my Smashbox primerizer. I am getting so close to finishing this and I am excited. I love it, but it's just older, so I'm trying to use it up. So I actually, for complexion and foundation, all that, I've got two new products to try out. I have a new sponge to test out. This is the BK Beauty sponge. I did a video testing one of their brush sets a couple months back now. It was like a $225 brush set. I got it on sale, but I went ahead and purchased that and tested that out and did a video on it. I can have it linked in the eye and down below for you in case you missed it. But they were so sweet and they reached out after that video and sent me more products to try, more of the brushes and then their sponges. So I've heard really, really good things about their sponges, but I have not tried it out yet. So I'm excited for that. And then also for foundation, I have the new Neutrogena Flawless Matte CC Cream Clear Coverage. It says it's full coverage matte color correcting cream formulated with niacinamide and designed to mask skin imperfections and even skin tone for a flawless looking complexion. It's free of oil, fragrance, parabens, and phthalates. So I'm excited to try this out. I have the shade Shell 1.0. I have tried this one time before, so everything else in this video I haven't tried at all, but I only have used this once, so just being completely transparent with you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze out a little bit of this on my hand. It's not the perfect color match, but it works out once I have it all blended in and stuff. It's a little deep and a little orange, but honestly, I found that a lot of like drugstore foundations seem to pull yellow or orange on me personally. I'm not sure why, but that's what I've noticed over the years of testing them out. I'm gonna take the butt end of the sponge and just start blending this into my skin. I did like it the first time I used this foundation. It blended in nicely. It does have very good coverage for a CC cream, and it wore pretty nicely. It got a little oily on me by the end of the day, but I also remember I didn't set it a ton because I just kind of wanted to see like what it did on its own. So today I'm definitely going to set it a little bit more aggressively. I like the sponge. I like the flat end of this. I like just how flat it is. So it really just like pushes, I feel like, the product into your face, and it's firm but still soft, if that makes sense. Like I don't feel like I'm pounding my face with a rock, but it's definitely like firm enough that like I feel like I'm in control, and it really is like pushing the product into my face. Like I said, I've heard a lot of people really like this sponge, but I've also heard a lot of people really like the Haley's Beauty sponge, and they sent that to me in PR, and I did not love that. I just feel like it soaked up all of my product, and this is like, I feel like not soaking up a ton of it. Okay, so I definitely got way too much of that on my hand. As you can see, I have a ton left, but I just like, I don't know, it just blends in so nicely. It has very nice coverage. Like I said, it covered up almost everything I needed it to. Yeah, I'm really impressed by this. This was sent to me in PR, just to let you know, being fully transparent. So if you pick this up and try it out in the future, a little bit goes a long way, so don't pump out as much on your hand as I did. All right, next up for concealer, I have a product that I'm super excited to try out. It is the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Magic Touch Concealer. So this baby launched a couple weeks ago now at this point. I ended up picking up the shade 2. It says it's a medium to full coverage blurring concealer that blends smoothly without creasing. I'm pumped for that. I've seen a couple people on social media here on YouTube as well as Instagram say that their shade range is a little bit wonky and it was hard for them to find a shade. I definitely agree with that. So I was able to pick this up in person. My Ulta that I work at got this in person, and literally as soon as it came out and we were stocking it, I was like swatching all the testers, and I was just super excited to try it out. But I originally thought I was going to get the shade 4, so I swatched 4 on my hand, and I was showing my friend and coworker Abby, the one that I gave all that makeup to in my last video or a couple videos ago, my declutter. I was talking to her about it, and I was like, I don't know what shade I should get. 4 ended up, honestly, these end up oxidizing a little bit. I noticed on my hand as I was swatching them and trying them out, it seems to oxidize. Let me go ahead and do a swatch and then show you if that makes sense. Hopefully it shows up on camera. So first, here is the doe foot applicator. It just has like an interesting shape, and this does seem very, very thick. So let me go ahead and do like a swatch for you. It seems very nice and like full coverage. So let me let this sit here while I talk about it a little bit more. So I swatched 4 on my hand, and I was like, okay, that looks like a good shade match. Sure, I'll pick that one up. And then as I let it sit there and dry down a little bit, it seemed to oxidize and get a little bit darker. So then I ended up swatching 4, 3, 2, 1 all on my hand. I wish I would have taken a picture, but I was like working, so I couldn't really whip out my phone and take a picture. Honestly, I probably could have gotten away with all of them, but 4 ended up oxidizing to be a little bit too dark. 3, if I remember, was a little bit too like yellowy orange tone. I ended up picking up 2, and then 1 just seemed like it was gonna be too light. So, moral of the story, it oxidizes, and I went with the shade 2. So here it is on my hand. It's been drying for a few seconds. Let me do another swatch for you. So as you can see, it just oxidizes and gets slightly darker. Not a ton, but it does a little bit. But I am excited to try this out because I heard Stephanie from Babs Beauty, she was talking about it in her recent Sephora haul video, and she was saying that she thinks this is really similar to the Kosas Revealer Concealer, and I'm obsessed with that concealer. She says it's really nice and hydrating like that concealer, and I cannot stop wearing my Kosas Revealer Concealer, so super excited to try this out. So let's actually put it on my face. So because it says it's medium to full coverage, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit under my eyes and let it sit there for a second and let it like really build up the coverage. And then I'm gonna put the rest here. So it seems like a good amount comes out on the doe foot. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this in. Not that I thought I needed the extra coverage down here, but I like if you can tell, it's brightening it up a little bit. So I wanted that brightness down here. Blending in pretty nicely. I like this shade. This definitely is a really good shade match for me. I'm glad I went with 2 and not 4. All right, let's do my under eyes. I went ahead and flipped the sponge over. I'm using the little pointy side now. Ooh, okay. She's thick and full coverage. Whoa. That is providing a lot of coverage. But it's blending out super nicely. Like super quickly and effortlessly. I also really like the pointy end of the sponge. It's really nice to get up in there. Okay, so that blended out really fast and really easily. It's covering up like most of my dark circles or anything like that. I definitely don't think that I would need to go in with a second layer. And it's not looking too dry under my under eyes. It's definitely already creasing, if you can tell, but every single solitary concealer on the earth will crease. So far, I'm really impressed with this. I hope it doesn't look drying when I set it. But so far, so good. All right, next up to set my face, I have a new powder to test out, and it is the one size. This is it just says translucent powder. So I ended up picking up the little baby size from Sephora a while ago, you guys. I got this probably a month or 2 ago, and it's just been sitting in my collection waiting for me to try it out. I know, I don't know what's taking me so long. My friend Dewani raves about this powder. She loves it. That is like the main reason I picked it up, because I tend to like a lot of her recommendations. So we're finally gonna give this baby a go. I haven't even taken like the sticker off it. So let's take this sticker off. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap a little of it into the cap. So this is the translucent shade, and I believe they have one more. It looks kind of yellowy, but I think it'll end up being fine. I am gonna set my under eyes with this just to see how it does under there. So I'm going to tap out these wrinkles and then go ahead and set. It definitely darkened it a tiny bit, but I feel like a lot of powders do. And again, this is a pretty yellowy powder. I will say getting the mini was kind of hard because this like cap isn't very big, but I didn't want to get the full size if I didn't know I was gonna like it, you know what I mean? Okay, so far I think I like that. It doesn't look too drying on my skin, which I really struggle with powders looking too dry on my skin. And it definitely like set my face. Like my face feels nice and set. It feels slightly tacky still, but nothing terrible or anything like that. I think powder products will definitely, you know, blend over this nicely. I mean, yeah, I don't really have much to say about it right now, except for it's looking good. And I do like that it's just not drying, like I said. So yeah, we're gonna have to keep testing that out though before I can like fully give you my thoughts. I actually do not have a new bronzer to test out, so let me go add some bronzer and we will be back to try some more new goodies. So for bronzer, I went ahead and used my e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer in the shade Forever Sunkissed. I also went ahead and just filled in my brows a little bit with a brow pencil. I used my Huda Beauty Bomb Brows, and I have the shade Light Brown. And then I did finish up my lower lash line and my inner corner highlight. All I did was run together this Humble and this Charming shade. And then for my inner corner highlight, I used this Sassy shade. And that is like beaming, like really bright and intense. And I actually really like that shade a lot. Next up for blush, we have the Buxom Wanderlust Primer Infused Blush. And I ended up picking up this shade Seychelles. This is another product that I've been wanting for a while. This has been on my wish list for quite some time, and Ulta was having them on sale for half off during the 21 Days of Beauty. So I snagged this up. They had, I feel like, been on sale before, and then I just never picked them up and kind of always regretted not picking it up. So this time around, I definitely snagged one. So this looks like a really just beautiful bronzy shade. So that looks really, really pretty. It definitely has a sheen to it, which that was another reason I never picked this blush up, because I used to not be into sheeny blushes at all, but lately I've really gotten into them. So we're going to just try this out. Ooh, okay, so it's really powdery. I don't know if you guys can see that. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know why. Ooh, okay. Actually, it has less sheen to it than I was anticipating. I thought it was going to be a little bit more shimmery, but it's not. But it's still not like a flat matte. I do like the little bit of a glow it's giving my cheek. And this shade is super pretty. I'm not going to lie though, it reminds me of my Primer Infused e.l.f. blush in the shade Always Hazy. And then also a little bit of the M Cosmetics Faded Clementine blush. I don't know how many of these like bronzy shimmery blushes I need, but here I am. Then for highlight, I got sent to me in PR from Octoly, the new Catrice More Than Glow highlighter. I got the shade Supreme Rose Beam. I have heard really good things about this highlighter. Like, look at that. It looks so intense. Let me swatch it. Are you serious? Ooh, that looks absolutely stunning. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna have a little bit more of a rosy pinky tone to it because it's literally called Supreme Rose Beam, but that is stunning. Oh my gosh, I am pumped to try this out. Put this on. Okay, so like a little light layer gives you a pretty normal flush of color, but we're gonna build that up. Ooh, that is really pretty. Okay, so this is blending into the skin like really nicely, and you can layer it up to make it more blinding, but it's not like emphasizing any sort of like dryness or texture on my skin. It's just sort of like melting into my skin and looking really beautiful and blinding, but in like a stunning way. I'm really impressed with this too. I feel like I'm having some winners. Then for brows, like I said, I went ahead and filled it in with the Huda Beauty Bomb Brows, but for brow gel, I have the Kosas Air Brow Fluff and Hold Tinted Treatment Gel. So I actually have the clear one right here in a full size, and I like it. I don't love it though. It just kind of doesn't really do much for my brows. It doesn't really provide a ton of hold or anything like that, but I kept seeing so many people loving the tinted one. So with a Sephora order recently, I got this with a little coupon code, I think it was, and it's in the shade medium brown. It's just this little tiny baby guy. So I figured I would try out the tinted version because the clear one hasn't really been impressing me too much. It's got the tiniest little baby spoolie. That's adorable. So let's go ahead and spoolie this through my brows. Maybe the tinted ones have like a different formulation and will hold my brow better. I'm not sure, but okay. That's looking good so far. It's making my brows look very fluffy. I feel like the clear one definitely doesn't make them look that fluffy. I like this shade too, the medium brown. It looks good on my brows. It's a little warm, but not anything too bad. Those are some fluffy brows. Oh my gosh, but I like it though. I'm kind of into the fluffy brow trend going on. So yeah, okay. I feel like a lot of the other products, I'm gonna have to keep testing it, but I like it upon first impression. I'm hoping it has a little bit more hold than the clear one. We shall see. Then for mascara, I have a little baby of the Bite Upswing Full Volume Mascara. This has been like kind of hyped up recently. A lot of people like this mascara a lot. Again, in that same Sephora order, I just got this little baby size. I think the Kosas one was a code, and then this was with points. I think this was 100 points. The wand is very large, like very large and kind of intense and a little scary. I'm afraid it's gonna get absolutely everywhere. Also, if you can tell, it didn't look like it evenly picked up the mascara. So we shall see like what that does on my lashes. I keep like putting it in and rubbing it around and hoping it picks up more, but it's just like not picking up evenly. I went ahead and curled my lashes, so let's go ahead and try this out. Okay. I don't want to apply too much and make it clumpy. My lashes get clumpy so easily. That looks good. What? Okay, let's try to get this big fat wand on my lower lashes. Okay, it's definitely difficult to put on the lower lashes, for sure, but it's looking really good on these upper lashes, and I feel like it's not clumping too bad. Whoa, okay. I'm impressed. Let me go to the other eye. You guys, this mascara, look at my lashes right now. They look beautiful. They look long. They look full. So far, it's holding a curl. I just applied it, so like that could definitely drop. I am way more impressed with this mascara than I thought I was going to be. I'm not gonna lie. I've heard the hype. I've seen the hype. I've seen a lot of people love it. My friend Martina Lily loves it. I've seen Kelly Gooch talk really positive things about it. But I just was like, it can't be that good, right? It's just a mascara. I am super impressed. As long as this wears nicely throughout the day, doesn't get like smudgy or clumpy or like fall down, flake down on my face, which usually I do not struggle with that with mascaras, and as long as it washes off nicely at the end of the night and isn't like super hard to get off, this might be a new favorite. Like, this is giving me Tarte Maneater vibes on my lashes, and I'm obsessed with that mascara, and I feel like that's like the only mascara that makes my lashes look bomb, and this is right up there with that. I really do think my lashes are looking as good with this mascara as it does with Tarte Maneater, and that's saying something. Then for lips, I have a ColourPop lippy pencil. The lippy pencil like formula is not new to me. I have quite a few of them and I love them. So I ended up picking up a new shade. I got the shade Oh Snap. I feel like I've seen Samantha March talk about this one a lot. And then also I got 2 new lip glosses from Lunar Beauty. I haven't tried anything from Lunar Beauty before, and they were having a sale for Labor Day. 25% off, I think. So I picked up 2 glosses. I ended up picking up Aura and Moon. So here we have a swatch of Aura and here we have a swatch of Moon. They look very, very pretty, and the hype behind the Lunar Beauty glosses is real. People seem to love these. I ended up picking Moon up because my friend Martina Lily that I just mentioned, she loves this lip gloss, and anytime she wears it on her videos, I think it looks stunning on her. And I was like, if I'm already ordering one, might as well get 2. So that's why I picked up Aura. They just look like really pretty shades. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips with the Oh Snap lip liner. Let me do a swatch of that for you. So that's gonna be right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips with this, and then I don't know which gloss I'm going to do, so let me think about it. I am gonna go ahead and fill my lips in with the lip liner as well. I love the lippy pencil formula. It is so nice. And actually, I'm gonna use Moon. I'm gonna use Moon because that's what I'm super excited about, and that's what I see Martina using all of the time. So let's give this a go. It looks like a beautiful nudie shade. Ooh, that smells yummy. That's like super opaque, but not too opaque to where it's like overpowering the lip liner at all. That looks really pretty. It's not getting like sticky or gloopy or anything. It's super shiny. It's not emphasizing the lines in my lips. So far, I'm liking this. All right, last but certainly not least, we have the Hailey's Beauty Refresh Ultimate Priming and Setting Spray. I just realized I could have used this as a primer, and I didn't. My bad, sorry. This was also sent to me in PR through Octly. This says it is a hydrating setting spray that primes and extends long wear by locking in makeup layers for a flawless finish. So, comes in a bottle like this. I haven't even like tested this out at all. Shake it up. Let's test out the mister. Ooh, okay, it's got like a nozzle that looks promising. Ooh, that is a nice mist. Whoa. And it doesn't have a scent at all. That's nice. I really like when setting sprays don't have a scent, so let's give this a go. That mister was really nice and smooth on the face. I definitely like that a lot. So, that was it, you guys. That was my almost full face of first impressions. I think I had everything but a primer and a bronzer. I think everything else was brand spanking new to me personally. I know not all of it was brand spanking new to the makeup market, the makeup world, but a lot of it was new to me. I'm not going to run down my thoughts at the end of the video. I know a lot of people do that, but I always just kind of figure it's a little bit redundant. I was pretty much saying my thoughts throughout the video as I was trying it all out. Let me know down below if you have tried any of these products yourself. I know some of them are new, so like maybe not, but the older ones, the Persona palette, the Buxom blushes, the Lunar Beauty lip glosses, anything like that, let me know your thoughts on them. But honestly, I had some winners here today. I don't think there was really one product that I was like, I don't like this. The Identity palette, I'm just a little bit on the fence about. I'm gonna have to keep testing it out, but I will say I do really like this eyeshadow look. At first I was like, this isn't the best look ever. Like I shouldn't have paired these, shades together, but it ended up looking really, really pretty. And those shimmers, they're okay. They're not the most intense, but they are pretty. So for the most part, I had some winners, and I think I really genuinely liked everything that I tried out today. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome. I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.